Hello and good morning. Thanks for joining us. We apologize for starting a bit late. Little technical issues. As you know, the systems also will cry. Probably they feel the heat in the economy as well. Thank you. My name is Abulu Osemahu. The biggest news in the polity today, yesterday, and today is the certificate issue with our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the reaction of the former vice president and the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar's lawyer, and himself a reaction to the documents from the Chicago State University. That's one of the biggest news. Every medium you turn, every discussion, people are analyzing to the best of their understanding of the issue. So we're going to x-ray this issue and see what is there, what are the options. Will the Supreme Court admit this information that Atiku says it has possessed, or it has? And yesterday also, we celebrated World Teachers' Day, and there were several issues about the Nigerian education system. We will talk little on that. I want to congratulate our friend, a former teacher and a former president of the Nigerian Union of Teachers, Nasir Idris, the governor of Kebbi State, whom the tribunal upheld his victory yesterday as the governor-elect. The elected governor, duly elected governor of Kebbi State. Meanwhile, the PDP is challenging that and say that they won't accept that verdict. They are going to appeal. And the issue of Nnamdi Kanu is also on the table. December 15 is the date for the hearing. I welcome my colleagues, Tebe Tiaf and Amechi Anakwe. The certificate saga, you see some headlines call it certificate saga, some headlines call it certificate forgery, some call it certificate controversy over a certificate. But for me, I see that this country is going through a psychological issue. It's a national psychological issue, not an individual one, because the country, to some people, is sick. Some people, the country is going through a phase which will pass. Atiku spoke at length yesterday. Some stations aired it live, what he was talking about, the certificate from Chicago State University, and his lawyers gave positions that they are going to push this through to the Supreme Court. Nigerians need to know exactly what Atiku has. Some say 4 items, some say 5 items, but the issue is, will the Supreme Court accept or admit this information regarding the Chicago State University certificate, diploma certificate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And there's also another issue, before you people come in. The lawyer, Kalu also said that it is Bola Adekunle Tinubu that is on his NYSC certificate. That the A in the Bola A Tinubu is Adekunle and not Ahmed. That is another issue. I've heard that about 18 persons are facing certificate check who are studying in the US. And we also hear that the university in the US has stopped admitting Nigerians and some other countries because of certain issues. Now, let's divert a little. The next 2 minutes, the moral connotation, or the moral back to this. And also, yesterday was World Teachers' Day. And what is this doing to our educational system? Is it right for us to have leaders that will go back and forth? Atiku, for example, did the secondary school 1960 to 1967. He did a diploma in health science. He did a diploma in ABU, diploma in law, and he did his master's in 2021. So he's there in Wikipedia. So why are we having these issues, our leaders? What mental lesson or what pressure is he giving to the educational system? Morally speaking, is this right? Are we supposed to be having this when we should divert more energy in making sure the country moves to the next level? Okay. Now, Atiku's lawyer went back to his secondary school, to Tinubu's primary secondary school, which further draw the question whether the Supreme Court clearance of Buhari, that is eminently qualified because he owns a first school living certificate, comes to play. If at the end of the day, okay, Tinubu say, okay, I forget all this other certificate, let's go back, I have a first school living certificate. Did he indeed secure a first school living certificate?
Well, you talked of the moral issue, and I think it was right. For politicians and political scientists, there is no room for morality. But for the wider society, you cannot remove morality and morals, values, ethics from our politics. And that's where the president will have a lot of challenge, apart from the legal challenge. All this revolving around him, not just now, in 1999 when he ran for governorship, Gani Fawehinmi case that didn't sail through in court, all these discrepancies about attending that school, attended this school, I didn't attend that school, raises huge moral question. How he will handle it is what I don't know. He needs to discharge himself, because as the highest office of the land, is almost that is meant for a cent, as it were. You'll be scrutinized. The people with baggages refrain from going into politics, not because you may not prove it, but because of the dust and the controversy it will raise. And when such dust and controversy are raised, it may inadvertently affect governance. Let's see how this play out. The first is the legal issue, and the other is the moral issue. And the moral issue is about the public opinion, court of public opinion, that the Chief Justice said the other day is inferior to the Constitution, and we accept. But as like I said yesterday, when the judiciary does something that is not comprehensible to the citizens, they will go into court of public opinion. The matter will not end there. There are two citizens that never participated in the primaries of APC for senatorial election. They ran for presidential governorship primaries. They failed. And the Supreme Court told us that they are candidates. When you do reach that kind of judgment, that's incomprehensible. Someone did not stand for an election and became a primary election and became a candidate, and you want the citizens to keep quiet. It doesn't just.
So how do we purge our judiciary of this? The Chief Justice told his son, who is a judge, and other judges, that make sure you dispense justice based on the Constitution.